Hello, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I'm going to be unboxing Forbidden Desert by Gamewright. Gamewright has a few of these games. My wife and I are already fans of Forbidden Island, which I've had for years. And they're fun little cooperative game. Basically just challenging the game itself, and I believe Forbidden Desert should be in the same vein. But we will take a look. They are in these metal tins, which is weird. Get out of the plastic and take a look. So 2 to 5 players. About 45 minutes. And it has things where we'll read here. Gear up for a thrilling adventure to recover a legendary flying machine buried deep beneath the ruins of an ancient desert city. You'll need to coordinate with your teammates and use every available resource if you hope to survive the scorching heat and relentless sandstorm. Find the flying machine and escape before you all become permanent artifacts of the Forbidden Desert. Forbidden Desert. Thirst for survival. But yeah, so metal tin. Open this up here. It's like the same little thing here. A little more detail. But yeah, so contents, setup, you make your desert, it gets covered in sand. And that's one of the things that makes this so great for replay, is they're all tiles, so like the environment itself is different whenever you play. And then of course you're also playing as different adventurers. There must be a way out. Okay. So we've got components in here. We have our sandstorm level, which has different options of difficulty and I guess number of players. But you know, basically it's how quickly the sandstorm is going. He's got tiles. Let's heat together. There we go. So on one side, they are all just desert tiles. They blend in with everything else. On the other side, like, that looks like a spot where an airship might launch from. But these have different symbols, doors, gears, propeller, directions. And I'm sure the different water, different symbols, and the different images tell you what card it is. There will be a deck of cards, I presume, based on the island version of the game. But tiles. Also amongst the cardboard content is these. Easier to just cut it free, and then anyways, I can get them free. You have to cut 2 on the X. Alright. And these are just a ton of sand. So, I suppose there's an X option there, but oh, and I love it. The spot to store them actually has a little rounded bottom. But yes, so many, just because the sandstorm rages and covers everything in sand. Let's see, there would be cards. Just pull out all the components in the box. And here we will have, oh, okay, so we have a little metal engine that fits into this to get the plastic ship base. A little dial here. A propeller. And a crystal that goes in there. And this here is so that you can have your, oh, and I just noticed, because I only saw one side, the opposite side has for up to your total 5 players. So difficulty changes with each added player. Yeah, anyways, the idea is you put that in there so that it stands up, I guess. Yeah, that's what that's for. And then your goal here is to collect the components for this flying ship throughout the desert, so that's why there's all these parts. And you get to assemble it as you get the pieces. Got these little pin markers, which is how you would mark where along this track you are. I'm not even gonna try. Just use the knife for this as well. There we go. And in here we have, ooh, kind of expected different. Okay, okay. So first off, that is chaos that these are all ordered randomly. But so, unlike for Nyland, there aren't markers that tell you, cards that tell you these. The cards in this one appear to tell you directions. There are different backs, because there are, I'm sure, different decks, and there are storm decks, equipment decks, and adventure cards. I'm gonna resort these, because they came chaos-like. Okay, so I've separated these, and I've briefly looked at a few things. So, for the rules, you set up the board where it's whatever 5 by 5 with a hole in it. You're looking for certain components. Here we go. These two are the propeller. And this one says it's on this row, and this one says it's on this column. And that's how you would find where you get to find that piece, is you have to uncover both of those. The sandstorm cards have these wind blows cards, which actually move where the empty space is as the different cards move around. So like where things are moves. There are also the sun beats down. Players lose 1 water unless they're in a tunnel or under a solar shield. And that'll be why there's so many of these markers when we get to the players. Yeah, otherwise it's a lot of that. And Storm picks up Move the sandstorm meter up 1 tick mark. Start drawing this amount next turn, which is how many cards you draw as the board chaotically moves around as you go. There are also equipment cards, which are, we saw the gear symbol. And that seems to be a few different things. Dune Blaster. Remove all sand from your tile or from an adjacent tile. Play at any time. Does not count as an action. Discard to the box after use. So they don't get like reused. You get probably 4 actions, including moving, clearing things up, etc. Well, it'll say on the cards when we get there. Terrascope. Peek under any unexcavated tile. Get to look at a thing. Jetpack. Move to any unblocked tile. One other pawn on your starting tile may come along for the ride. Secret water reserve. All players on your tile receive 2 water. So there's tiles that have water because you're trying to keep enough water for things when the sun beats down. Time throttle. Take 2 more actions this turn. Solar shield. You and other pawns on your tile may ignore the effects of sun beats down until the start of your next turn. So I'm sure you'd play that right when that happens. And then we have the actual heroes, adventurers. So each one of them has a canteen on the side that leads from however much water they can hold down to death. And so that's what these other things, because you're also keeping track of that on your own card. You need to collect water in general. So the card itself tells you how to play. Order of play. Take up to 4 actions. Draw storm cards equal to the storm level. Actions. Move. Adjacent unblocked tiles and between unblocked tunnel tiles, which I'm sure is one of the symbols on some of these. The doors probably are tunnels. Clear sand. Remove 1 sand marker, your tile or adjacent. Excavate. Flip over your tile if there's no sand on it. Pick up a part from your tile, unblocked and excavated. You may also give water and pass equipment cards to others on your tile for free at any time. Okay, so that's just how the game runs, and I love that it's just on the card. And then you have your special folks here to do things different. Climber can move to blocked tiles, so I'm sure that's blocked by sand and such. You may take 1 other player with you when you move. You and other players on your tile cannot be buried. Meteorologist. Spend actions to draw fewer storm cards, 1 card per action, at the end of your turn. Spend 1 action to look at storm cards equal to the storm level, and optionally place 1 at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so you get to change that. Archaeologist. Clear 2 sand from 1 tile per action, so clearing sand quicker. Water carrier. Take 2 water from excavated water tiles for 1 action. Give water to players on adjacent tiles for free at any time. So you're helping others stay around. Navigator. Move another player up to 3 unblocked tiles per action. Includes tunnels. Explorer and climber may be moved according to their special abilities. And then explorer. Move, clear sand, and use Dune Blasters diagonally. So you basically, depending on who you are, you're doing color, pawn, and you get special actions. So between the board always being varied and moving and different characters, it's fun, replayable. It's a cooperative game. I don't know. I'm familiar with the island variant, but it's similar in concept. You're going around this tile-based map trying to collect the pieces before in this case, before everything's buried in sand with you along with it. Well, I'll link down below where you can pick up Forbidden Desert online. If you've played it, let me know what you think. Though, hopefully by the time I get this video out, I've already gotten a chance to play it. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.